Okay, this is now tarot lesson number 12. And today, somebody did a yes-no spread for a woman who wanted to know if her ex-partner would come back into her life. And the reader wanted a bit of extra information about what was going on with the spread. So I'd like to today look at a 3-card yes-no spread and talk a little bit about what's going on with that kind of thing. So I picked 3 cards here. So with a yes-no spread, you shuffle and you lay 3 cards, and then if the card is upright, it means yes. If it's upside down, it means no. But the card in the middle counts for 2. So here we've got yes, yes, no, no. So the answer is maybe. 50-50 yes and 50% no. And that's a maybe, because sometimes there is no yes or no answer. You maybe want one, but sometimes, maybe frequently, you get maybe. And then you have to do something with the cards that come up. So if you look at these 3, I chose these deliberately because we've got 2 major trumps on the outside and 1 in the middle. So in a situation like that, the card in the middle is saying no, but the outer cards are saying yes, and you've got a major trump and another major trump, and it's the Empress and the Temperance card. So this answer, even though the answer is maybe, numerically, when you add it up, somehow, if you have a little bit of courage with the 9 of Pentacles in the middle, even though it's saying no, maybe it's an indication that if you have a bit of courage or take a chance, the universe, represented by the Empress and the Temperance card, is going to help you out, and yes, you'll be successful. So even though the answer is maybe, I'm sort of leaning in the direction of yes, it's going to work. Whereas if it's the other way around, if we've got that in the middle and these 2 are reversed, so you think you can do it because it's a 9 of Pentacles in the middle and it's upright, 2 yeses, but the cards on the outside, because they're major trumps and because it's the Empress and the Temperance card, somehow you think you can do it, but it's not going to work because there's too much against you, or too many forces or factors that don't want this thing to work, is one way of looking at it. Do you know what I mean? It's like you can get numbers, but you also have to think things through a bit and see what you can do. So I'm going to get to the cards here in a minute, but I want to do this first because I was thinking about relationships. And so I have to draw it this way, and then I'll turn the paper around. Because I'm sure we've all been in relationships where it was okay, but not great. Or some of it was really good, but some of it, or maybe a lot of it, or most of it was not very interesting. And so you break up with that person, you go on to and you find somebody more suitable. And one way of illustrating that is that, okay, that's your understanding of the relationship right now, and maybe you've got a couple of pluses, right? So you get some of it's really good, but you've also got I put some negatives in here, positive and negative. So if we do a yes-no spread and I turn the cards over and tell you yes, it's going to work, yes, the person's going to get back into your life, what happens maybe is that the pluses here turn into that, so that you're in your current state of understanding. Do you need to see that? You're in your current state of understanding, but nothing much has changed apart from you're now more enthusiastic, but the negatives still remain, but you're sort of ignoring them and you don't want to know, even though logically you may know that, okay, there's too many things not connecting with this person, but I'm going to ignore them and I'm just going to go with what I want. So if you turn 3 cards and say, and you begin with yes or no, the person can hear the message or hear the answer, but misinterpret it or go overboard with excitement or depression based on what you tell them, yes or no. So rather than, whereas if you begin with turn the first card and talk about it, and maybe you're not quite sure what to say, but you mention a few things, and that brings up questions from the questioner or follow-ups, or maybe in you wondering about what the first card means, it's getting the questioner to rethink what they imagined, or to be more aware of things they had pretended didn't exist. So things are happening within the mind and the understanding of the questioner as you turn one card and you talk about what it shows, and then you turn the second card and talk about what it shows, and then you do the third card, then you get the answer, or maybe you get the answer beforehand. If both are upright, then it's 75% yes. But anyway, so in the end, if you do it one card at a time, maybe the end is that is now the questioner's understanding, and maybe the two positives actually are quite small now, but they've understood something, and they've got two really big positives that they hadn't imagined before, or they hadn't thought of before. And maybe the negatives become little dots instead of having much strength to negatively impact the relationship. Or it could be the other way around, that the negatives become really big and powerful, and the positives shrink. But it's more the difference between, this can be what happens if you turn the cards and start with the punchline, so to speak, and start with yes or no. Whereas this can be what the questioner ends up with, if you take some time and discuss the cards that come up and what else is going on. So the cards that came up didn't want to show you that. Okay, so the card number 1 was the Queen of Swords, and it was upright. So what did we, oh sorry, it was the Queen of Cups. Oh, she happens to be in the bottom. Okay, the Queen of Cups was the first card. So we turn the first card and we say things about the Queen of Cups. So maybe the fact that it's upright means yes, the questioner, yes, you want the person back. Because people, if the Queen of Cups had been upside down, we might have said, are you sure you want this relationship to begin again? Because the first card, the Queen, and you're the woman, and it's a queen, do you really want him back? I'm assuming it's a man. But anyway. So the first card was the Queen of Cups. So we say, yes, you want him back. And then we talk a little bit about the Queen of Cups, how maybe she wants to be in control of the situation again, because it's a queen, right? And queens make decisions. But it's also cups, so we ought to do something with the suit. And maybe we talk about that she is determined, she is intense about wanting him back, and she's emotionally invested in the relationship, and she's going to be hurt if things don't happen between them again. Like, she wants him back. Then we turn the middle card, and it happened to be the Six of Cups upright. So it's another indication. So yes, it's going to work. Yes, it's going to work, and he's coming back. And the card itself is cups, which love and romance and home and family. So it sort of makes sense that it relates to the question that was asked about a relationship. And here you've got a boy and a girl exchanging a gift. And so you've got a man and a woman making eye contact, being in connection with each other, and being open to a relationship, right? So it looks like things are going to work out, and the person is going to come back into the woman's life. And just by looking at the picture, you get that idea. But then we may notice that the guard is walking away. So maybe what you say is, yes, you want him back, and you're intense about it, and you've got your emotions invested in it, but this time the guard is walking away. This time, when you get back together, you're on your own. There's no protection. There's nobody taking care of you or nobody else taking care of things for you. So you're going to be left, the two of you, on your own to figure things out. And so saying that based on the guard walking away may make the questioner think, oh, okay, it's true that in the past there were other people involved in the relationship. Maybe friends and family had an input. But now we're going to be on our own, and that's a good thing because the card is upright. So we're going to be able to, so maybe the woman thinks, okay, so when we were together before, there were too many interruptions. This time it's going to be the two of us, and we can spend time the way we want to spend it. So how am I going to set things up so we can spend time together in a productive and positive and loving way, which may have been denied in the past. So maybe the two people wanted to spend time together, but the family kept dropping by, or the family kept inviting them for dinner and they had to go for dinner. And all they wanted to do was hang around together at home and just laze away the evening. But this time, it's going to be better. And the third card I got was, or the person got, was the Queen of Batons. So it's another queen. So it makes you wonder. We've got the Queen of Cups here, and this is the woman now asking the question. But as the person comes back, or as the relationship changes, she has to change suits. She can't just be this intense, private individual. She has to be more energetic and more outgoing, because it's still a queen, but it's the suit of batons, which represents energy and enterprise. So she has to be more outgoing. Maybe here she's holds herself back, but because the third card is the Queen of Batons, she has to be outgoing and make decisions and be enthusiastic. So if he says, let's go out for dinner, she's supposed to say, great idea, where are we going to go, what are we going to eat, instead of, let's go out for dinner, okay, if you want, which is a kind of bored, depressed way of saying yes. But with the Queen of Batons, you're not supposed to be lackadaisical or bored, or if the partner wants to do something, you're meant to show enthusiasm for what it is that they want to do, because you can't always get what you want. I mean, you can't always get what things. Sometimes you have to just accommodate other people and be nice to them, partly because you're going to get it back. So the other thing is, if you look at this particular layout in terms of a picture, we've got the boy and the queen. We've got the girl and the queen. It's as if you draw a line down the middle, you've got the queen, the girl here, and the boy here. So this can mean that the man has to be more feminine. So he has to be more accommodating and more giving. And the woman, the girl, has to be more outgoing. And think about the role that people play in a relationship. So it's going to require, if the relationship is going to work when the fellow comes back, there has to be a change in behavior on her part, for sure, because we've got two queens, but maybe in his behavior as well. So at this point, maybe we're dealing with this, where the questioner now is more educated and now has more ideas about what is going to be required if the fellow comes back into her life and if the relationship begins again. So that was something about a yes-no spread. And I've run out of things to say, so I'm just going to stop. So thank you for watching. And today's Sunday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll see you on Wednesday. Okay? Have a good day. Bye-bye.